Hi everybody, welcome. That's my guy, Adedeji Adetayo in the background with his track Country of Pain. I love that track. Quite original, which is one of those things we'll be talking about today, being original. So how are you guys doing? How is the weekend? I'm happy it's Saturday. It was a killer week for me, so I'm really happy I'm taking this break. Join me, my latte. No wine, no cognac, no porter. It's just latte. So cheers. As we wait for others to join in, please enjoy Adetayo Adedeji's track, Country of Pain. Listen to the words, you know, the content. And please share so that other people can join in as well. Because we're going to be talking about being unique, you know, being yourself. Nothing really wrong with that. So it's going to be a good thing if we have a lot of people listening and, you know, interacting along as we go. As I talk about my opinion about being you. I can't stop talking about it. There's nothing wrong in being unique. Nothing at all. Check out those words. I wish everybody understands what he's talking about though. You know. Just enjoy the beats. I'm a jazz lover, so anything jazz does it for me. You know, it brings me into another mood. I was opportune to listen to him live just once, and I was bought. He had to do nothing extra. It just got me going. Hey baby, can you get me my tablet, please? Hi, welcome aboard. Please share, invite others. I'm just getting into the groove with Adetayo Adedeji. He's a Nigerian based in Europe artist, breaking ground. You need to look him up on YouTube. He's all over. Just a couple of minutes, more seconds, and then we're gonna go into it. Thank you, sweetheart. Wow, that's a beautiful track right there. For jazz lovers, you know what I'm talking about. And if you're new to jazz and you don't really understand instruments, I'll say go listen. Just go listen, you know. Wow. That does it for me. Well done, Adedeji Adetayo. Well done, well done, well done. I'm just gonna stop the music.
Thank you very much.
Okay, welcome back, guys. I'm back. That was a good one. You know, it was a good way to go into the mood this morning or afternoon. I'm welcoming you all onto today's show. You're gonna be asking yourself, why is it turned to a weekend thing? The last one was other weekends, and this time as well as other weekends. A couple of people told me, your SOBJ, you can't do this on a weekend because lawyers are missing the shows, and you know, we're just coming back from work tired. And it's always nice to do it at the weekend because you get a lot of people to maybe watch, they have time, and we can share, and you know, so I thought, okay, why not? Before I get into town and start grooving and partying, I could just, you know, always do my thing and talk to people and share my ideas and my opinions about the topics we have chosen to talk about. So welcome everybody that is on, and you know, please share, invite others, and let people come on and you know, join us as we talk about today's very, very important topic. And I hope people get blessed, you know. It's just been going around lately. We've been seeing things happening, and a lot of us have been cautious and, you know, very, very conscious of the situation. I believe personally that we as Africans are losing our identity. I believe we are losing our identity to the West. We are losing our identity to the places where we reside. We are losing our identity because of the situation in our countries, especially the country I'm very familiar with, Nigeria. I believe Nigerians are totally losing their identity. Our originality is being taken away from us and by other people, and we are letting it happen. And this is why I came about this topic, and very, very coincidentally, this morning I was on a thread with Adedeji Adetayo, and we were chatting about something he wrote, which is brilliant. Go check out his page. He wrote about the content missing in Nigerian music nowadays, and I could just reckon, because I don't listen to a lot of Nigerian music. I don't go on YouTube searching for Nigerian music, like a lot of people probably would do. And that is because I think a lot of Nigerian music lack originality. They all have the same beats. I don't know if you've noticed. They all go boom, 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 tick, 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 and it's always the same background. And a lot of times the lyrics are just messed up. They don't make sense. And when they do, you need to go through all the slangs and, oh, come on. I don't know slangs. I don't know a lot of Nigerian slangs. So those music do not speak to me. And that's because I think they lack content. But I love music where I can hear what they're talking about, where they're talking about something that makes sense, that comes down to what is happening in our society, affecting our kids and affecting us generally, So it is really, really interesting to see somebody else talk about that. Hi, welcome all. Thank you, Aya, for joining and for sharing. I hope other people can join in. So just talk along with me. I'm going to be reading out your comments as we go. Tell me when you concur with what I have to say, and when you disagree, please let me know as well. Okay, so Adedeji was talking about the fact that Nigerian music do lack content nowadays, and that been on my mind, the part of why I want to talk about being original, being different. Because what I have noticed is we seem to suffer from, a kind of follow me mentality. I see that happening in a lot of African countries, but I'm going to take Nigeria now. There is a lot of manipulations going on, We were manipulated by the West, and a lot of us forgot our traditions and our culture. And I don't mean the religious part of our culture, but our traditions, our clothing, our styles, our hairdo, our food and all. Even our languages are being forgotten. And that's because we let the Western influence take a lot of us away, a lot of what has made us to be who we are. And this is what I want to talk about, because if we have a sense of worthiness about who we are, it starts from you as a person. It starts from the personal unit, and it goes into the family unit, and then it goes into the society, and then into the country. So let's talk about one-on-one now. Let's take the women, for example. It's not all African women. Actually, a lot of African women will not dare wear their hair natural. I came to the realization of who I am less than just 8 years ago. I lived my life up till 8 years doing what other people expected from me, doing what the society has put together for me as a package, as a young woman, from an African background, even from family. I did exactly what people expected of me. I lived according to some stated rules, forgetting who I am. I am SOBJ, and SOBJ is who you're saying. I'm alive, I am outspoken, I am daring, I take a lot of risk, and I am creative. And I dare say things that others would not say. That is who I am from nature. I don't have to act it. I don't have to pretend. That is original, And I just thought to myself, so why am I wearing wigs? Why am I wearing weave-ons? Why am I, trying to be who I am not? I mean, apart from that it all cost money, it was taking away me. Because sometimes I want to wake up and put my head up like this, all natural, you know. And sometimes I want to let my dreads or my hair loose, but I can't, because I'm thinking people would think it is untidy. People would think it's, you know, it's original, you know, African hair. I see something is wrong with African hair. And I don't know what happened to me. I just had a 360 turnover, and I'm like, you know what? You all have to start dealing with it. The first time I went to work and I took away my weave on, I took away, you know, all those things that they know about me, because I was always having different weaves every month, and I went to work with my hair combed out, you know, like real afro, and I put a band to it. I was in uniform still, and I went to work. Everybody seemed to notice. They noticed I was beautiful. They were like, whoa, you look so young. You look so beautiful. And I'm like, really? So why the hell have I been doing all this while? People were loving me for my originality. They were, you know, they were talking about it. They wanted to feel my hair. They wanted to feel the texture. They wanted to ask what it was about, if I combed it, what will happen. And it was the talk of the town at my work. And I thought to myself, you know what, you all have to start dealing with me and my originality right now. That was how it started for me. And after a while, I decided to go start toning my hair, and I dreaded it, you know. And now my dread is this long. I can pull it up, I can weave it if I want, I can do anything I love with it. But I remain original, I remain me. It is quite, you know, it is quite relaxing. I don't need to think about what others think about it. I just remain me. I just do me. And I'm loving doing me. And I notice everybody around me don't seem to mind. You know, the moment I'm not stepping on anybody's toes, I'm doing me. And it's liberating me. And that brings me back to why I thought about this topic. I have just realized a lot of people will die and nobody will notice they ever came through this world, because they have decided to live according to the ways and rules of others. They have decided to hide their original self, and people will not get to know who they really are. And this is what is killing our continent, Africa, really, because a fake can never be original. So in as much as we are trying to focus on being a good version of a fake, I mean a good version of a fake of the original, we will never be anything else than a fake. Whereas if we are putting all the energy, you know, that we are putting into copying others, into being who we are, we will go a lot further. Thank you, Tokwe, you're loved. Oh, thanks. You know, so the point is, the energy we are putting into pretending to be somebody else, if we channel the energy into being ourselves, we will be able to achieve a lot. Because whatever it is you're doing out of being you, being different, you do well. Because you're doing it according to your rules. You're not following stipulated rules and ways of others. If you want to invest into anything, you don't need to go and start looking at what are other people doing. You actually need to create a market where you know that people are longing for something different. In order to be irreplaceable, you need to be original. You need to be, you know, different from what people are used to. And if you go by that logic, then you will understand why I'm saying being different is actually the bomb. There is nothing wrong in being different. Because when you're different, people will understand that you don't have to be how others are, or you don't want to be how others are, and they will notice you. Because when we all are doing the same thing, we are all going the same direction, then we are all like zombies, then what is exciting about us? What is exciting about, you know, our being together? We stop learning from each other because we are all doing the same things. But when you have one or two people that have decided to remain unique, to do things differently, it brings life into the corporation. That's the way you should see it. Even in a family, if everybody in the family thinks the same way, they do things the same way, it's going to be a boring family. It's going to be a very boring family. It's just the same thing with work, Here in the West, they always want to look at how to put together, a group based on the differences they have, because your difference from, your different, character or a different knowledge that you have put together is what will make the team work better, because it's the power, is the strength of the team, your diversity. And what you see is in diversified societies, you have a lot of life, you have a lot of, things happening. You don't have, monotonous style. Everything is different, which makes it, alive. The economy is booming because you have different interests coming together to become one. And this is the way life is as well. If you as a person, you're blessed with something special, which is supposed to add value to the world, but you decide to keep it to yourself because you are afraid of being different, then you're not robbing just yourself of you, you're robbing the world of your contribution to the world. That's the way I see it. Because I'm the chit-chat box in the family. I've always been since I was young. My father had always said, you need to go get a job at a radio station, because there you can talk for all you like. He said that to me while I was like 3 already. Anybody that knows me from then can always testify. So if I'm supposed to be the chit-chat and my brother is supposed to be the thinker, and another one is supposed to be the doer, the point is we're supposed to all come together and work at the goal of, putting some success into the family. Supposing we all are chit-chat boxes and nobody is thinking, nobody's being creative, nobody's doing, what do you think is going to become of that family? That's the way you should look at it. Look at it and put that back into the society. And this is why I have a problem with everybody wanting to do the same thing. People being afraid of, stepping out of the box and, just doing what is in their power, what is coming out of you from nature. There is nothing wrong in being different from other people. Your difference is your strength, is what makes you unique. Just like our DNAs are different, that's the same way our talents, our know-how, our power, our energy is supposed to be different. So when you're, hiding your power and going along with the multitude, just because you're afraid of, people castigating you or, antagonizing you or, putting you down, you lose yourself. And the world is robbed of your talent. The world is robbed of your originality. And that is like one less power in the world. It is a sin, if you ask me, actually. It is a sin. And anybody that is actually preaching, this is the way we all have to do it, so that it will be the way it's supposed to be, come on. Look around you and look at why those people are preaching that to you. Is it because of their own selfish purpose, or is it because they don't want you to outshine them? Because that's something that happens a lot. You see people preaching to you, talking to you, why would you want to go that way? Why don't you want to do things the way other people are doing it? Why do you want to be different from other people? This is the way things are supposed to be done. If you work at a ministry and it's working for you, it doesn't mean I have to work at a ministry. Maybe I have an idea of investing something or starting up a business or even, something new, doing things differently. You don't need to tell me not to go that way because ministerial work is working for you. I might be an entrepreneur. But the feelings that we have that, if we fail, people are going to laugh at us. If we come out with something original, people may not like it. So every musician wants to be Two-Face, or they want to be Olamide, or they all want to be Wizkid, or they want to be Papa Wemba, or they all want to, just copy and copy and copy. And now, we have a whole lot of fakes going around. Just like we have lots of fake, boobies, we have lots of fake women with fake bums, and we have fake apes, we have things are becoming so fake that the originality of Africa is getting off, is going off the hard surface. It's crazy. I get drunk from the thought alone, really. We have lost, I would say 65% of what is making us who we are losing as a people. Our continent is getting robbed of its originality. And we are letting it happen. We are letting it happen with our eyes open. And we are letting things get, worse by the day, because we are not educating ourselves about how to be original. But everybody seems to know how to complain about the government is doing this, the government is doing that. Whereas it starts from the home unit. It starts from you and I. It starts from you and I not being able to walk on the streets in Europe with our traditional clothing. It starts with you and I not being able to, let our hairs down. It starts from you and I not being able to rock our Africanism. It starts from you and I going to a restaurant where you're supposed to eat with your hand and asking for a cutlery. It starts from you and I that cannot think and create something new based on what is coming out of our mind, but want to copy what Coco Chanel has done, or want to copy Beyonce, or want to be like Alicia Keys, instead of us making music that is coming from our hearts, with our, with our culture, our tradition, our originality. It doesn't start from the government, because the government is made of people. So if we are thinking like it's all about the government, we're thinking big, then we're forgetting who has made up the government. There are people like you and I. So if our originality is kept right from home, right from ourselves, we give it out to our children, and then our children take it back to school, they go spread it around. That's how people become rich in culture. That's how the culture grows. That's why originality is being kept. Let me take the example of India. India was colonized by the British as well. So we have a lot of things in common with India. But what they have done differently than what we are doing now in Nigeria, for example, is they have retained, especially their religion. They dare to be different. They dare to be who they are. They have retained their gods. They have retained their traditions. You will never go to an Indian wedding and you see them wearing white gown and tuxedos. They have retained who they are. Ayo says, haven't I noticed that kids under 18 in Nigeria all communicate in the English language now? At least all I know in Lagos. That's what I'm saying. And they are living in Lagos. This is even worse. Okay, those of us living abroad, we can always talk of, is the language of where we live. The ones living in Lagos, maybe my kids that live in the Netherlands, they understand more Yoruba than them. That is sure. Well, anyway, I'm going to find out in July when I'm in Nigeria, because I have just been blown away by a video I saw recently. This is a school kid in Nigeria, and this kid was blowing some kind of Akata English that I thought to myself, are you sure that is Lagos? They said, yeah, that's a school in Lagos. And look, there is nothing wrong in speaking good English. There is nothing wrong, because of our commercial language is English. Don't get me wrong. But it's not supposed to take the priority priority list in our homes than our own language or languages. Our kids are supposed to be able to speak our languages. It pains me that my kids don't speak as much Yoruba as I would love them to speak. In fact, we are fighting about that now because they are always telling me, Mom, speak Dutch. You're going to forget your Dutch. I say, I'm not Dutch. I speak Dutch just to be able to survive in the Netherlands. I am not Dutch. I'm a typical Yoruba woman. So if I speak Yoruba to you, you don't understand what I'm saying, then you ask me, what are you saying, Mom? Because I want you to understand what I'm saying. We have reached that phase now. Because I have come to the realization, if I don't speak it and the next door neighbor from Nigeria doesn't, who is going to carry on our culture? Who is going to carry on my tradition? In the next 100 years, we may have forgotten everything about being African. And it's even worse in Nigeria, in Africa itself. Because nowadays, the only thing I see is copy. While we are busy in Europe trying to wear Ankara and sew clothing with Ankara, I watched the Video Music Awards that happened on the islands, and I'm seeing guys wearing 3 pieces tuxedo. When it is 32 degrees in Nigeria, and they're wearing 3 pieces tuxedo, you know, and I'm like, where are we really, California? Even in Cali, people don't dress like that anymore. So I don't get it. What's wrong with our danshiki? What's wrong with our agbada? Why can't we just, be original? Enjoy being unique. Why can't we spread our Africanism? Why can't we just remain original? Especially in situations where the world is watching. Why can't we just retain who we are? And the thing is, we are failing woefully at promoting ourselves because a lot of us are not proud of who we are. And that's the point right there. If you do not love who you are, if you do not love your color, if you do not love the texture of your hair, if you do not love your accent, your typical Naija accent, which, by the way, I haven't forgotten. Don't be deceived with this Oyibo. If you do not love who you are from inside, if you do not love the fact that you love to write instead of, to read, if you do not love the fact that you're a singer instead of being a dancer, then you will not be able to bring out who you are to the world. Hi, UQ, I see you, welcome, my girl. So you need to be able to be you, be unique. Because when you're unique, you are irreplaceable. Because you're different, people are going to miss you. But if you're like the other person, nobody is going to miss you when you're gone. Because there is somebody that can replace you. So there is nothing wrong in being different. Do you have a business idea that you think the world will not accept? Please let Zach be your mentor. When he was going to create Facebook, people thought he was being stupid. Look at what is happening now. I'm talking to you all via Facebook. Everybody that has broken through, that has had a breakthrough in life, had to do things differently. They had to think in another way. They had to think out of the box. They had to do things differently than what their peers were doing. If you want to get noticed, if it is a market you want to sell, you need to do it differently. I have seen how it goes here on the market. When you're in Nigeria, you see some people selling their market and shouting at the top of their voices, hey, come and buy my tomato, come and buy my... If I go into the market, I'll rather go to the person shouting because I know that person is proud of what he's selling than go to somebody who is quiet and sitting at the corner of his tent like everybody else is. The person promoting himself, shouting, is because the person wants you to see them. and they want you to see the market they are selling. This is how it works in life. You cannot keep yourself, who you are, hidden without being shown to the world and expect people to appreciate the talent you have. If you continue like that, you may end up dying and nobody will miss you. Maybe your family, but what legacy would you have left if you're not different from the next person? The only reason people misses other people is because they are different from other people. So what do you want to live? Do you want to live just being like everybody else and nothing is different from you? Or do you want to live something that other people will think about when you're gone? That thing that you have, that you're keeping to yourself, that you're not sharing with the world, which I call selfish. Everybody that does follow, you know, the follow mentality. If you are a follow person, you're being selfish. You're not just being selfish to yourself, you're being selfish to the whole world, because there is something that God has given you that you are keeping to yourself and you're not sharing to the world. Maybe that's what will save the world, who knows? So ask yourself, what am I sitting on? What talent am I sitting on because I am afraid of being different? What idea do I have that I am not sharing because I am afraid of being, you know, condemned? Because I am afraid of people will say, your own is too much. Because you are afraid of people will say, what the heck is she all about? Or what does it mean? Or what does he want to say? What does he have to offer? Bring it out there. If it is in you, if it is original, if it's your thoughts, if it's something that came up on you by yourself, or something you do and you love to do, but you think you only can do it hiding because you don't want people to condemn you, bring it out. It might be the thing the world has been waiting for. It might be your breakthrough. You don't need to do things the way your brother is doing it. You don't need to do things the way your boyfriend is doing it. You don't need to do things the way your girlfriend is doing it. Be original. Be unique. Let the world enjoy you as a person, not you that is doing follow around, that cannot come up with an original idea. However, there are some people that are born follow, you know, they do well at following others. Those people, they probably have no, you know, sense of recreating or creating anything. That's different. And it might be a cognitive capacity that they don't have. Please, no offense, no disrespect meant. Those are not the people I'm talking about. I'm talking about people that are capable of thinking for themselves, that are capable of fantasizing about things, but are afraid of letting those things come out. They are afraid of doing those things so that other people will not condemn them, because they think the world will not accept them. You know, those people are the ones I'm talking about. Ayo said his sister's kids, they once asked them what Ferese means. They do not know. All they said, they can't understand Yoruba but cannot speak. Kids between 6 and 18. Yeah, shaking my head too, you know. But you can't blame those kids, can you? Because, you know, kids will rely on what we as parents will give them. This is exactly what I'm saying, you know. It starts in the family unit. It's what we put in our kids' them heads, you know. It's what we tell them. It's what we teach them. It's what we let them know. And they watch us. They see what we are doing. They see how we do our things. And then they copy. They grow up to be who we have made them, honestly. And this is the point. If you're keeping your originality, and don't be surprised when your child grows up and he's not original and he's just being fake. And this is my problem exactly, because when I am no more, I want my kids to be able to carry on the originality in them. what made them who they are. And look at the African culture. Look at what is happening to us. It's been diluted. It's been, infiltrated. And now we are losing the cell of who we are. And what do you think will happen in 100 years from now? 100 years ago, the looting began. 100 years ago, the looting began. Look at the damage that has been done. Mentality is changed. Our culture, tradition, our behaviors changed. Because we have been looted. We have been, diluted. And we don't seem to be waking up. We don't seem to see that our power is in our originality. Our power is in what we are made to be. You're best successful if you're doing what comes to you natural. I hope you're getting what I'm saying. You're best successful when you're doing something you don't need to struggle to do. You don't need to struggle to be yourself. But if you want to copy somebody else, you're going to have to struggle. It's going to take extra energy off you. Because the energy you're going to put into doing things normally, something that comes out of nature for you, it's going to be double that energy because you're copying somebody else. And so you can never do it well. At least not as well as somebody who is original. A fake, we always remain a fake. So put that idea, please. Try to put that, it seems all over the place, but that idea, put it in yourself. Think about what you're doing, naturally out of yourself. And think about something that you're copying to do or struggling to do that's not coming out of you naturally, and look at the success rate of those things. If you're learning to cook edika ikon and you are a Yoruba woman who rather will cook egusi soup, imagine what you have to do. You always have to ask questions. Okay, so what do I put in next? Also, what do I need to do now? But if you're born and bred and taught how to cook egusi, you know how to do it from nature. You already learned it, you grew up with it, you hate it, and you smelled it, you know what it's supposed to be like. It will be easier. It's just like a carpenter trying to do the work of a plumber. It doesn't work. If you're not qualified to be a plumber and you're trying to be a plumber but you're a carpenter, or a plumber trying to be a carpenter, if you do not take your time, you're going to cut your fingers with the tools. It's because it doesn't come out of you. You're trying to be a copycat. And this is what is happening in our society, in our country. It's just like an economical issue that has to do with Nigerians. Nigerians are complex people. You cannot come up with an European theory that has not been tried in a situation like Nigeria's and expect it to work 100% the way it has been written. You have to make sure the theory fits the people. And that is one of those things that we are having issues with. We are lacking originality. Our economy is lacking originality. We are trying to copy other people's concepts instead of to look at the problems we have and solving our own problems with our own solutions. Our family homes, we are lacking originality. In our personal self, half of our youth, they've lost tradition, they've lost culture. They don't even know what it is like to be an African. And I am not talking about religion, because that's one of those things that has robbed us of our identity. We need to go back into ourselves and be unique. There is nothing wrong with being an African in the midst of 1,000 Westerner. And you still remain and keep your identity. Nothing wrong at all. Because the way you carry yourself, if you're proud of who you are, other people will see you and be proud of you. And they will love you. They will respect you some more. The only reason why the West is interested in Africa is because we have something they do not have. And our people keep forgetting this. So if a Westerner wants to come to Africa, he won't want to come and see what he can see in London or in Germany or in the Netherlands. They want to come to Africa to come and see what has made Africa. But we don't seem to realize that. We don't seem to realize what is bringing other people to other countries is what they have there that has made them original. Look at why are we all coming to the West? Why did we all leave Nigeria and come to the West, and some of us do not want to go back? It's because of what they have here that we are missing. If this country that I live in was like Nigeria, then I'd rather stay back in Nigeria, because they have nothing to offer me. The same way you should look at your talent, the same way you should look at who you are, the same way you should look at what you're bringing to the world. If you're going to be like everybody else, why should you be interesting to me? Why? If you have nothing special to offer me, why should I be interested in who you are? I can't learn anything from you. I can't gain anything from you. I mean, when you're not there, I don't miss you because I can always replace you with somebody else. So why should I be fascinated with who you are when you're not showing me the original you? That's the same mentality you should put into your business. Why should your business be appreciated? Why should your business succeed when you are struggling amongst 10 other people doing the same thing? Being unique is actually the best thing you can do to yourself in whatever situation, wherever you find yourself. If you retain your originality, you will have more success in whatever it is you're doing. Even in your relationship, you say, a relationship is successful when both partners are true to themselves. That is originality. When you say true, it means you remain transparent, you remain natural, you remain original, no manipulation, no copy, not trying to do something just to please the other person, because the other person will not know who you are. But if you're true to yourself in your relationship, your partner is going to see you for who you are, and it's either they love you for who you are or they don't. And that is what makes you original. So if for any reason you're in a relationship and you're just doing as off, as off means you're just copying, you're pretending, how long do you think it's going to go on for? That's another way to look at it. Because you're not being original. Originality is you being who you are from inside. The thought in your head put into words, your words put into action. And people see you, they appreciate you, they love you, or they hate you. But it won't matter to you because you're doing it out of yourself. And your inner person is at peace. That is being unique. That is being original. And that is what people will miss. If you're a chatterbox inside, but you pretend to be the most quiet person when you are outside, who is going to know what you have to say? What you have to say might save somebody's life. What you have to say might be music to somebody's ears. But nobody's going to ever know because you're afraid of talking, or you're afraid of, being different from everybody else around you. It's a waste. It's a waste because there is nothing wrong in being unique. There is nothing wrong in being different. Actually, being different is the bomb. Because then we all have something to, enjoy that is different. Whether it's a knowledge you have to share, or it's a talent, or it's a market, or it's a business idea that you have, or it's a solution that you thought about. Bring it to the table. People that are going to laugh, let them laugh. Whether you're doing something right or you're doing it wrongly, people will have something to say anyway. So if it's on your mind to do something differently than others, do it. Because not doing it is going to kill you eventually, because you're not going to know the result you will have gotten if you did it. So why not? The moment is not hurtful. The moment is not, it doesn't affect somebody else directly. And don't let people make you feel guilty because they don't want you doing something and you're doing it. If it fits your emotions, it fits your personality, it is right by you, your inner self, not the you that the society has created, but you in yourself. If you really have to choose, this is the way to go. Do it. Dear every consequences and do it. I don't mean something illegal though, so don't go quoting me. I don't mean something illegal. I mean something that is supposed to benefit you as a person, but not at somebody else's cost. And when I mean cost, I mean physical cost. Because some people might say you being you is an emotional issue for them. Let them deal with their emotions, because their emotions is theirs. Whatever it is you want to be is yours. Do not worry yourself about other people's emotional issues because of you making choices that you think will benefit you. This is where it all goes wrong, because you get manipulated. You get manipulated. Some people know how to get to you emotionally. They will come and start singing the song of emotion to you. But realize something, other people's emotions are theirs. If it bothers you the way I walk, it's your problem. If it bothers you the way I talk, it's your problem, not mine. So don't get manipulated. Don't let people think or make you feel guilty for doing something that liberates you. That is what people do. A lot of people around you, they might even be afraid of you outshining them. So they will not advise you to go ahead and go and do that brilliant thing you have thought about, because they are afraid you're going to outshine them anyway. So they rather you just stay in and remain the same with them, and whatever it is they want to do, it's okay as long as you don't outshine them. Break loose now, because you're going to die and nobody is going to know who you really are. Because your follow mentality is going to lead you nowhere. There is nobody. I mean, I got mentors. I got people I look up to. None of them. Look at Oprah Winfrey. She is unique. She is one person in herself that decided to do things differently. As an African American woman, she broke through in a society where African American women have been stamped. She did it differently. And so we have other people as well. Every big name. Look at Alibaba. They did their things differently. They decided to step out of the box. They created something new. Look at Facebook. Look at Microsoft. Look at the success Steve Jobs booked. They stepped out of their comfort zones. Look at the old man that started KFC. He broke the rule about age. He broke the rule about the food style. Who will believe a white man is going to know how to fry chicken and fry it so good? His society never thought about him as being white, because he broke the market and he created something he knew people wanted. Those are the people that you're supposed to be looking out as role models, not people that are not breaking through in any ways, but will not let you break through and will stop you from bringing out the idea that you have, that you've been keeping to yourself, an idea that is easy for you to just bring out. You don't need to do too much about it because it's in you. When you are original, it is easy. It is easy when you are original because it wouldn't take too much energy off you. You don't have to do too much. It just comes easy. So nothing wrong with being unique at all. Nothing. Actually, being unique is the bomb. I'd rather be unique. I'd rather be different and let people miss me than be a part of the multitude and not be known, not be seen, not serve any special purpose. I want to leave everybody that has had contact with me with something that is original, something that is me. And I would love to enjoy people that I meet, leave something original with me. Don't come tell me something I've had before, because it wouldn't stick. The moment you walk out of my life, I forget. But if you come with something original, you're going to stay there. Because I'm going to remember you for your originality. That's the way it works for everybody. Anybody you meet, in whatever society you are, in whatever department you work, whosoever you have contact with, what are you living with them? That should be your point. You know, what am I living here? What is making me different? In the positive sense, anyway. What is it they're going to miss about me when I'm gone? This is something we all need to think about from time to time and bring it back to our society. Africa is losing its originality, and we all are guilty. We all are guilty because we are taking a lot out of Africa, but we are not bringing a lot back. We are not replenishing the Africanism in us. We are letting it die. A lot of us are not passing it on to our children. Even as adults, we are not practicing being African. Think about it. Who says you're not beautiful without wearing a weave on? Who says you're not beautiful without wearing a wig? Who says you're not beautiful without you trying to lighten up your skin? You did not even let the world see who you are in your original state. You're robbing the world of you. And God created every one of us uniquely. He gave us something that we are supposed to give to the world. And you are robbing the world of the talent that God thought you were going to be able to manage well and give back to the world. And that's the way I see it. So anytime you see somebody being unique out there, love them, appreciate them, embrace their uniqueness, embrace their difference. And if you're the different person, please stay different. Work on your different idea that you have that is different from somebody else is probably going to be your breakthrough. And the world, I am waiting to embrace something different from you. It might be what I've been waiting for all my life. So bring it on. Remain different. Stay different. Spread out the love. Spread out the originality in you. Spread out who you are. Open up. Relax. Stay focused on being original. Dare to be unique. Nothing wrong in being unique. Nothing wrong in being different. Being different is really the bomb. Really, I can't stop saying that because for me, it's like ABC. But I realize for a lot of people, it's a lot of work to be able to say, yes, this is who I am. Deal with it. Now I'm telling you, I'm encouraging you. Do not be afraid of your environment. Dare to do something different from others. Dare to break through. Dare to step out of the box. That might be your savior. That might be your breakthrough. Because if you're trying to be a fake, you will always remain a fake. So dare to be unique. Dare to be different. Thank you all for watching. Now I'm going to start getting ready for today's party. The party is in Amera today, and so I'm going to be getting on with it. Thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure talking to you all. I hope the next time we're going to be sitting down together to talk, you're going to be sharing me your unique ideas and things you've been doing differently. And keep the messages coming. I love the messages I get in my email and in my messenger. I mean, and the comments, you know, I react to comments as well. And share the video, keep sharing. And if you have not liked my page on YouTube, please do. You know, that would go a long way as well. I'm so glad I'm able to do this show today because it's been on my mind. I just hope I've been able to help somebody set themselves free from the bondage of follow mentality. Do not be a follower. Be a leader in your own life. Be the one that determines how you want to go, where you want to go, and how you want to do things. Nothing wrong at all with being unique. Nothing wrong at all with being different. Being different is actually the bomb. Okay, this is SOBJ signing out. I wish you all a very, very lovely weekend. Thank you for watching. Bye.